Hello amazing leaders, and welcome to day 54 of the Amazing 90-Day Challenge. I just wonder, how are you getting on with your 90-day challenge? I would imagine by now that there's something that's come up in these last 54 days for you that has been challenging in a different way to what your actual challenge was. Something that's maybe got in the way of what you were trying to do. Now, if you have missed a day, or if you've missed whatever it was that you were trying to do, don't let that put you off. Keep going, just get straight back on and just keep trying to do what you set out to do at the beginning of the 90-day challenge, so that you will get to the end. And if you miss a day or whatever it is that you're struggling with, that's okay. You're still going to be better off than most people that didn't even set out on the challenge. So with that in mind, I want to look at today's Habits to Master, our little mini-series within the Amazing 90-Day Challenge. And today's topic is Get Better and Faster. Now, as amazing leaders, we should always be on the lookout for ways of doing things better and faster. Now, what I mean by that is to take some of the repetitive tasks that we all have. Now, it doesn't matter who you are or what you do in life, there's something about your day or week that you will be doing every single day or week from now till probably eternity almost. So what is it about those repetitive tasks? And they'll be slightly different for everyone. Most of us will have emails. Most of us will have time that we want to focus on improving ourselves, whether that's listening to podcasts or watching videos like this. So whatever it is that we've got that we do on a regular basis, I want you to think about those tasks now, and can you get better and faster at those at the same time? Now, what I want you to do is actually do something that maybe some of you will find counterintuitive, and this is to not try and multitask. Again, we've talked about multitasking on things that are mundane, so it's fine to listen to a podcast whilst you're loading the dishwasher or mowing the lawn or whatever else it is. Something that doesn't require too much attention on the task you're doing, you can then do another task at the same time. But if something does require your attention, focus on that one thing at a time. Email is a great one to explain this. Email just can dominate our lives if we let it. And it's us that sets the amount of time we spend on reading emails, replying to emails, and also sort of just processing those as well. Some of the things I do with that is try and break it down into time lots, so I'm not constantly in my inbox waiting for the next one to come through. Also, I have it in date order, with the newest ones at the top and the oldest ones at the bottom. And when I get round to looking at my emails, and I try and do this just a few times a day rather than throughout the whole day, and it will all depend on what you do. I understand that the world is being driven by email now, so some of you this won't be very helpful or applicable all the time. But if you start at the top, often what you'll find is if someone's emailed you down here and copied other people in, a lot of the time the answer's actually been resolved before it even gets to you to need your input or answer as well. So if you start at the top, the most recent one, and read that and sort of maybe read down through the email, you can see that it's already been answered. You don't need to do anything with it as well. Set up a simple filing system so that you can easily find stuff again and put those over to one side. It doesn't need 100 folders. You can simply have 3 or 4, and then that's one way of just focusing some time throughout your day so that you know you're going to get to email, and then also you can start to educate others around you that I'm only checking email a few times a day. So if I don't come back to you quickly, or if it's urgent, you've got to contact me another way, and that will help them and you be able to focus on one thing at a time. The next thing is to delegate properly. And so many people struggle with this. One, I think that maybe we think it's not very fair to put a task onto somebody else, or we have never been taught how to delegate properly, or if we were delegated to, or if that's how it was sold to us, we didn't like how that felt to us, so we don't want others to feel that way as well. So work out how to delegate properly, and maybe we'll do a podcast on this at another time as well. But the person that you're delegating the task to should have your help in understanding what's required of them, what you want from them, being shown how to do the task properly. Make sure they understand every element of it. You're holding your hand through the first part of it, and then you're checking in with them regularly afterwards. Everything's still okay with that task? Any other questions? Anything else came up? They should feel empowered. They should feel excited that they've got this new task that they're doing for you, their amazing leader, and they should want to then do more once they've got these things under wraps as well. Just remember one thing, is that when you delegate a task down, it will grow in size for them. What you find easy for somebody else that's never done it before isn't always easy and can be quite difficult at first until they understand it and get to grips with it. So delegating properly will help you get better and faster as well. Talking of help, look for help from others in your team. If you've got an amazing team around you, then you're very blessed. So look for help in that. Who's good at different tasks? There's some things that I'm good at, there's some things I'm not good at, and I'm looking for people to complement me on areas that I'm not good at, so that I can then be freed up to focus on the things that I'm good at and get better and faster at those. Sometimes you might want to spend some time learning new skills and improving in certain areas, and other times I would just say to you, why are you trying to do that? If there's somebody else that can help you with that, then maybe the best thing to do is to ask them for that help, to free you up to be able to get better and faster at what you're already doing. Another couple of tips here for you, and these are difficult ones because sometimes we don't have the financial resources to be able to do these next two, but I want just to put them out there anyway for you to be able to think about them, and maybe it's something that you could do in the future. So the first one is to get an amazing PA or a VA, personal assistant or virtual assistant, someone that can really help you to free up your time to be able to focus again at getting faster and better at the things that you can do. Only you can do certain things in your life, and to get other people around you, somebody that loves to do those tasks as well, is really going to free you up to be able to be better at what you can do, and also help your organisation, maybe even help your family life and situation as well. So I'd really get you to consider hiring, taking on, recruiting an amazing PA or VA to help you with what you're doing as well. If you've never tried it before, then just try it and see what difference it can make in your life. The second one of those two, sometimes people think these are a luxury, but when you think about it, maybe they're not so much of a luxury, more of a necessity. And the second one is to get yourself a driver, somebody that will be able to take you from meeting to meeting, especially over long distances. If you think about if you're driving for 4 or 5 hours, now, yes, I would encourage you to be able to use that time wisely, listen to audiobooks, listen to podcasts, spend some time thinking about what you're going to do over the next day or week or month. But if you have that time and you can focus on doing other things while someone else is driving you there, then that's going to make a lot more use of your valuable time as well. Again, counterintuitive at first, but when you start thinking about it, is it something you can do? And maybe you set a rule. I'm only ever going to use a driver on an ad hoc basis when I'm going to be travelling for more than X number of hours. And try it. See what happens. See whether you can work in that environment. See whether that is something that you benefit from or not. So there's other things like that out there, but just I wanted to put those two in just for you to get thinking and to challenge you if you haven't already got those two things in your life as well. And the last one I want to talk about is about setting up and sticking to amazing routines. Some of the things we just do naturally and habitually are really good at getting us into a routine to be able to do them faster and better. So with that, what can you do? What's already in your routine that's good that you want to stick to, and what maybe is in your routine that isn't helping, and you might want to either cut back on it or cut it out altogether. How many hours a day are you spending on social media? How many hours a day are you watching TV? And how many hours a day are you sort of focusing on yourself, your own abilities, your learning, your health, your fitness, all those different things as well. So think about your routines and set up and stick to amazing routines moving forward. So I hope that's helpful. I hope you will have an amazing day. And remember, why be average when you can be amazing?